Hello everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your weekly reading for the 16th to the 22nd of August. Wow, it'll be nearly September soon. Alright, and this is for the sign of Gemini. Gemini, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you are interested in classes, personal readings, life coaching, whatever, all down below, just check it out. Happy for you to email me if you want some guidance. Okay, please remember the readings are only general. If the reading resonates, make sure you give it a big fat thumbs up. That helps to grow the channel. I'm going to use the Nicoletta Ciccoli deck for your reading. All right, let's get cracking. All right, so we have the Ten of Swords coming out first. So this is a card that talks about the end of a cycle. Just write down this, it's Gemini's reading. End of a cycle. Sometimes it can talk about betrayal because we do see someone with a lot of knives in their back. This deck's sort of a little bit dark, so I suppose it's not so bad. It is only a cake, but it does look a bit gory. Sorry, I digress. So this is the end of a cycle. The 10 signifies that something has come to the end. It can be negative thinking. It can be that you're coming out of something that has been very negative. Could be a situation where you've been hurt. You know, the knives in the back sort of signify you've been stabbed in the back. You may have done that yourself, but whatever it is, something is closing out here. Moving on, we have the Hierophant coming next. So you may have said goodbye to a marriage here. This may be the breakdown of a relationship with the Hierophant here. He does represent marriage. He can represent somebody who's a high authority figure. If you're dealing with someone, you may have gone to speak to someone due to some sort of difficulties in your relationship. But looks to me like you're walking away from a marriage. Okay, so we have the Two of Cups coming through here. The Two of Cups talks about soulmates. It talks about two people who see eye to eye. It's very much a card of joining with someone for whatever reason, for your greater purpose. So it can be, a soulmate can be a great relationship. It can be a relationship that's going to teach you lessons, but it may not be there for the long term. Okay, and then we have the Tower. So when the Tower comes through, it signifies that something has to be broken down in order to be rebuilt, that it was built on a faulty foundation. So some sort of relationship has fallen apart here. I feel that you maybe thought this person was going to be around for the long haul with this Two of Cups, but it seems to me that if you're in a relationship, something is being broken down. Seven of Cups, that's confusion, options, and we have the Star here. There's some sort of destined event here. Something needs to be finished before it can start again or move forward. It's possible you're walking away from a marriage. It's also possible here that you could be walking away from a relationship to go towards another relationship. With the Star, I didn't check, you've got the Death card behind that. So it definitely feels to me like something has to transform. That's why I'm sort of sitting on it a little bit here, because what it feels like for some of you is that you're walking away from some sort of situation in order to rebuild it. It could be that you're having counseling. It could be that you're having some sort of communication with someone to see if you can put this back together again. It's almost got this feeling like it's got to be broken down before it can be rebuilt. But let's have a look what's going on. All right, so Five of Swords coming out. So there's been conflict here. There's been a lot of conflict with the Five of Swords. But sometimes it's somebody walking away from something because they can't or they don't want to continue. It may not be that they're walking away from something because they want to. For example, somebody could be walking away from a relationship because of something else that's gone down, you know, maybe some sort of addictions or some sort of disillusionment, let's put it that way. Sometimes we walk away from things because it's the best thing for us rather than what we want to do. So sometimes we leave situations behind because they're toxic. I just feel like with this particular one that there's a chance that this can be rebuilt. So it doesn't feel like you're walking away from it on a permanent, sort of as a permanent thing. All right, let's get the story. All right, so we have the Eight of Swords coming through here. So the Eight of Swords is a card of being stuck in a prison of your own thinking, overthinking something, going round and round, refusing to see the answers that are there for you, not wanting to face a truth. A lot of Swords energy, no communication. Okay, so we have the Five of Wands, again with conflict. This is inner conflict though here. So I feel this is conflict perhaps with your person here. I feel that with this Eight of Swords and then this Five of Wands, there's been a lot of being in your own head here. Trying to work out what to do. I feel that some of you may have walked away from this situation already, but thinking to come back perhaps, thinking that perhaps you could resolve it by walking away. All right, so we have the Knight of Wands here. Someone may have strayed here. Someone may have done the wrong thing. Okay, Queen of Cups coming through. Could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces or Scorpio. Two of Wands, yep, heading in a different direction. Okay, and here we have the Seven of Swords. See, this is what I said. I feel like someone's done the wrong thing here. There could have been, I don't want to call it cheating. Somebody could have stepped out on the relationship. Somebody could have done the wrong thing on the relationship. Maybe been involved in something with somebody else. Maybe even just thought about that. There's some sort of dishonesty going on here. The Knight of Wands is always the card of, you know, something that's very passionate that somebody's been driven to and then come back. So it could be that, you know, somebody has stepped out on a relationship. I feel that no matter what's happened here, there's a chance that you could be looking at how to rebuild this. This certainly doesn't look, I feel like someone's walked away from it. Someone's walked away from it and maybe felt that they needed to call it a day. I don't think that they felt that they could do anything, but I do think that there is this feeling here that perhaps something needs to be repaired and rebuilt, and someone's putting in an effort to do that here. I do think somebody has walked away though. Okay, so we have the Four of Swords, maybe thinking about the direction to go in. Two of Pentacles, making a decision on whether to persevere or whether to move forward. And I would say with the King of Swords here, there's a very good chance that someone's cutting this out and moving on. I do think whoever the other person is, though, they do want to try and rebuild this situation. I mean, it could be the person that's done, you know, who stepped out or created some sort of ripples in the marriage or relationship. They may want to have another go at repairing something, putting it back together. But I feel like the other person just wants to walk away. I don't think they're really going to be wanting to do that, but maybe they will have a go at it because we do have that sort of feeling that the tower will be rebuilt. All right, so I have the Ten of Swords. So I feel like somebody's been betrayed. Somebody's walked away from a relationship here. It may be that they've met someone else who was a soulmate. I feel that they've perhaps stepped out here. Something here with this tower now needs to be rebuilt. There seems to be, with the Seven of Cups, some sort of confusion here as to whether to move forward. The Star card tells me that there's a destiny here and it's about change. So with this Death card, there's a possibility here that this relationship could definitely be rebuilt after a time of working on it. There is a definite feeling that something could come back together, but in order to do that, it's like everything has to be stripped back and revisited sort of thing, rebuilt. I definitely see somebody walking away. There looks like there's been some conflict here. But I strongly believe someone still wants to work on this, whether that is the person who, you know, sort of took this energy on here, moved into a different direction. But somebody here looks like they've made up their mind to go in the opposite direction. So whichever it is for you, actually we use this deck. Whatever it is for you, somebody looks like here they're going to give up. They don't look like they want to rebuild, even though there is a chance you could rebuild this. Okay. Holy dooly. Jumping out everywhere at me. All right, settle down. It's when I don't use them for a while, they just get all jumpy. We have the card of rest and rejuvenation. I'm not really sure whether this is applying to both people or whether it's applying to, you know, one or the other. It just talks about relaxing and finding more time to just let go. So that's that Four of Swords energy that came up here as well. So I think, you know, for one or both of you, there's a time out here needed. And really connecting to spirit to work out what it is you truly want here. You know, whether there is a chance that, you know, you can rebuild this or whether it is time to move on. But whatever it is, it looks like someone wants to work on things, so if that helps. All right, have a great week.